Project Appleseed is an activity of the Revolutionary War Veterans Association, a 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated to teaching Americans our shared heritage and traditional rifle marksmanship skills. We believe the key to a brighter future in America is active exercise of our right to self-government. Our heritage program recounts the Battle of Lexington and Concord to remind Americans that just over 200 years ago, our ancestors faced a terrible choice. The choice they made and the price they paid resulted in the liberty we enjoy today. Our rifle marksmanship program complements the history presentation, introducing a wide cross-section of Americans to their marksmanship heritage. We teach marksmanship because it requires learned positive traits, such as persistence, focus, and responsibility.
When General Thomas Gage issued his orders for a surprise raid on Concord, Massachusetts on the evening of April 18, 1775, warnings of the raid left Boston before the Redcoats did. Within hours, the people of Massachusetts knew of the mission to confiscate or destroy military stores, including gunpowder and small arms that they had purchased for their own defense. As word spread, militia units began to assemble. Able-bodied men between 16 and 60 years of age were required to serve, but many older colonists answered the call to arms, even though they were excused from service. 3 such men were David Lamson, Samuel Whittemore, and Hezekiah Wyman. David Lamson was voted by his peers to command a group of old veterans. On that morning, they ambushed a convoy of wagons sent by General Gage to resupply his troops. Lamson demanded their surrender, but the British officer refused. Lamson's men shot the officer, his sergeant, and the horses in their traces. The remaining redcoats fled, surrendering to an old widow after throwing their muskets away. Hearing about this, a British paper printed,
"If one old Yankee woman can take 6 grenadiers, how many soldiers will it require to conquer America?"
Samuel Whittemore was 78 years old on April 19, 1775. On that fateful morning, he gathered up his musket, 2 pistols, and a cavalry saber that he claimed to acquire from a French officer who had died suddenly. He took his place near the road to meet the British regulars. The old veteran put up such a fight, the British sent an entire company to subdue him. After killing 3 more redcoats by emptying his musket and pistols, Samuel was shot in the face, bayoneted 13 times, and left for dead. He did indeed die 10 years later. On April 19, 1775, the British troops were tormented by Hezekiah Wyman. His wife told him that he was too old to fight. But the white-haired gentleman mounted his white horse and rode out ahead of the retreating column. He stopped his horse, dismounted, and fired a single shot as they came into range of his rifle. 1 redcoat fell. Hezekiah remounted, rode ahead, then dismounted, reloaded, and waited for the column once more. It's said that the redcoats called him Death on a Pale Horse, as he fired his rifle with deadly effect again and again throughout the day. Why did these dangerous old men risk their lives that day? Years after the battle, Captain Levi Preston answered the question like this.
"Young man, what we meant in going for those redcoats was this. We had always governed ourselves, and we always meant to. They didn't mean we should."
Project Appleseed is dedicated to reminding Americans of our shared heritage and the importance of marksmanship. For more information on the program, including events scheduled in your area, go to appleseedinfo.org.